Boom. So staffing private security details. Let's talk about this one. Like, you see a call out for a detail, you want to get the job, you want to work the detail. What are some do's and don'ts? What are some things that turn employers off? What are some things that make you stand out? As some of you guys know who are on my BRG call outs list, I'm constantly staffing different things. And here are just some things that I've noticed since I've been doing, EP basically, starting in 2008 for those of you who are curious. So as an employer, we have a lot going on. And so if you're on a call out roster, that means you're in our system and you have an opportunity to be on a detail. But that does not mean that you need to contact me if I put a call out and you are just on the roster and you happen to have my phone number. Okay, so I'm the CEO of multiple companies. Most entrepreneurs that have private security companies that you're dealing with, they have a lot going on. The absolute last thing they need is to have to answer a bunch of text messages or extra questions that really just equate to insignificant minutia around you trying to get more attention on a detail, right? So if you put your resume in there, if you put your pro photo and all your stuff in there on the call out, the best thing you can do is play your position and wait and see if you're picked. Texting and calling the employer constantly to follow up on your application, or because you need more information about the detail, or all those different things, are great ways to turn your prospective employer off and cause them to be like, you know what, I don't like this guy. Why? Because you've got to put yourself in our position. We're looking at the way you deal with us as the way that you will eventually deal with the client. And you got to remember, as we get to know you, that's honeymoon phase. I know I'm not really getting to know you. You know what I mean? Like, I know that right now you're on your best performance. You're calculating every decision, every word, every interaction. Okay? In 5-6 months on the detail, you're going to relax. And so if the best you have in terms of social dynamics is too aggressive and annoying and too self-important, then I can only expect that when you get on the detail with my client, you're going to be that guy, as we like to talk about. So your social dynamics are very important from the beginning. You get on a call out, you submit your roster, you submit your resume, your phone number, and you wait until your employer calls you. Now, there's an appropriate time to follow up. If you don't hear anything, and a week goes by or something like that, send a follow-up email, but don't start calling and texting and doing all this. At least in my case and with the guys that I know, it's kind of like, and if it is done, it's got to be done right. This is what I mean. Some guys will call my company and be like, hey, I'm calling about a prospective detail, blah, blah, blah. And they'll make it sound like they're actually offering a detail, or they want to help us staff an actual detail that's coming inbound. And they'll word things so they can get on the phone with people. And then when they get on the phone, people, they're like, hey man, what's up with this detail coming up? And you're just sitting there like, and make no mistake, the employer will be nice to you. I mean, I'll be nice to you. But in my head, I'm like, that was manipulative and that was total disappointment, mismanagement of expectation that led to disappointment. Now I'm on the phone. Now I need to figure out how to get off the phone with this guy, because on any given day I have 200 to 300 text messages coming at me. I've got agents in the field and I've got real world things I need to deal with. Right now my team is vetting that interview process, and I'm sorry it's not fast enough for him, but we're going to get it staffed when it needs to get staffed, right? So these are considerations when you're reaching out to employers and dealing with employers when you're trying to get on teams. I think I'm going to make a chapter 2 to this. This is getting long. Good stuff. Boom. If you're enjoying this video, go to epspecialist.com to take your executive protection career to the next level, or to get in the game. Byron Rodgers, protector by nature and by trade.